Have you seen video advertisements that are just incredible? They sell, they convert, they hook you in, and you wish, how do I write a transcript like that so I can generate my own video advertisement? In this video, we're going to reverse engineer one such video and turn it into an AI agent that you can use yourself. I'm Happy Dave, let's get into it. So here's the underlying scenario that I'm trying to address. I have this YouTube channel called AI TLDR. It has 148 videos. It's over the 800 subscribers and it's growing fairly quickly. And when you look through this particular channel, you'll notice that every video in here is created fairly quickly. It's all AI generated using tools like CapCut and Canva, 11 Labs, and a variety of video and image generation tools like Design, Leonardo AI, and Sora. And what I've been able to put together is an outline for a lesson plan that people could follow if they wanted to build AI generated video channels very much like this one. But the problem I've got before I even create the course is, how am I going to sell it? And that's what led me to the path of going, let's generate a bunch of video advertisements, which means we need high impact transcripts. And that's what we're going to solve today. So in this video, we're going to take an advertisement, this particular one that I've seen online that markets a product very similar to the course that I'm trying to build. And then what we're going to do is take the transcript that they've produced and reverse engineer it so that we can build our own AI bot to generate new transcripts in a style more appropriate to my target audience. So let me introduce you to Pickaxe. What Pickaxe is a tool that allows you to build and deploy your own bespoke AI agents. And the really good thing about these agents is that you can host them in a beautiful website and you can make them available to people either for free or for a cost. So you can monetize with this. And the great thing is, in the project that we're doing today, there's a zero cost. We won't be using too many credits, so we'll be able to work with the free plan to get this up and running. Now, I do have an affiliate link down below if you want a discount on any of the plans here, but if you wait till a bit later in the video, I'll talk about a special deal that's going on with the gold plan. But let's start building the agent. And what we do is we come over to the area where you can create a new pickaxe. And the sort that we're going with today is a simple form. So when we click on that, we end up with this page where we can configure the role, the prompts, any of the fields that we want the user to interact with. And we'll be able to see the actual test example over here on the right. So to get started, I'm going to take one of the video advertisements that I've seen, grab the transcript, and we're going to go and manipulate that within ChatGPT and reverse engineer it. So what I've done here is taken the transcript. You can see it all listed in this section, and I've just given it a little bit of a pre-prompt, and I'm just trying to analyze what sort of concepts are going on inside of this advertisement. I'm not actually reading the advertisement, I just want to understand the concept. And we've got a high level categorization framework where we're talking about pattern interrupts, relatable pain points, we've got the villain and who to blame. One of the things that are going on here is this around, and there's also the CTAs. Many of these items will be drop downs I'm envisaging in an AI bot that we put together. Now, after the breakdown of this particular advertisement, there's also a bunch of ideas like the tone, the audience fit, and to me, these are variables that we might want to have in an AI agent. So the next thing I want to do is write a couple of prompts against this information so that we can come up with a good way of writing advertisement transcripts in general, and identifying what sort of variables and the values they have so that we can make it a configurable AI agent. So what I want to do now is get general rules for advertisements. Now I want to base it on the transcript above because I do like it. I also want to take broader examples, so we're going to search the internet. So what we're looking at here is just getting the generalized idea of high converting video and making it available that we might use as a second brain with inside the agent that we're building. So looking through this is perfect. We've got structural rules. We've got 6 different types coming through here. If we go a bit further down, we've got psychology rules and we've got hook formulas. What I'd like to do with this now is maybe identify variables that we could use. So this can be the second brain for sure in the AI agent. We probably also want to load it up with a bunch of successful adverts that we create over time, but we can't do that till we build them. But for now, let's just see if we can write a little prompt here that identifies variables that might be useful for an end user using this particular tool. Now this information is going to be perfect for building the forms for the AI agent, but to simplify it, I think I just need a tabular grid that shows the variable name, maybe the type of data, is it a drop-down list or a text box, maybe some examples. So we'll just put in a prompt here and we'll just see how this goes at generating that information. So it's talking about the idea of variables being in lowercase snake case. So you can see that down the left. We've got a label, a type of input, and some example values. So when I go over to the AI agent build, and the tool I'm going to use is Pickaxe, then I'm going to have all the variables and values that we can just fill in. Now, one of the problems with the list of variables that are being created is that they're too fine-grained. It would make the tool too hard to use, and it would be too constrained because you've got to put in a little bit of information about every sort of variable. So what I've done is just written one more prompt to just reduce it down to 5 different variables, just the highest level ones going on, plus a custom instruction for if something else is needed. Apart from that, we now need to develop a prompt and a role. So we'll just paste in this little prompt here. This is about developing the role for the AI agent, and let's see what we get. This is perfect, an AI ad agent that generates high converting scroll stopping video ad script. Next, we'll do a description. The last piece in the puzzle is we're going to need a prompt. So I've just put in this meta prompt. It'll generate a prompt that is for high converting video ad generator. We've got a bunch of information. We've got the input variables coming through. So we should be able to use this pretty much as it is inside our AI agent. Now we'll head over to Pickaxe and we'll start filling in this agent, and we'll use a lot of the information that we just developed. So the first area I want is a name for the agent, and I've asked for a name that is keyword rich rather than branding rich because I want people to be able to find this in a marketplace. So the one I think I'll go with is the hook-based video script tool, and we can just go up here and paste it in. The next area we should look for is the role that we talked about earlier. So we developed a role right here, and we can just take that particular information and head over to the role and paste it in. The next area we want to work on is this prompt, and we've already got a partial setup for it. We have the main instructions. We understand what the input variables are. Now I'm going to rename this to input variable guidelines. And then after that, I want to supply the actual user input variables. And then finally, I want to have output instructions. So I've just reframed that information into a code block right here. One of the things that you can notice is that the user supplied inputs are all ready to go. So we'll just click on copy code here and we'll paste that right in here. Now with that in place, what we can do is work on changing the actual input variables. Now with the prompt in place, what we can do is add user input anywhere we like. So I'm just going to double click on this value and say add user input, and we'll see a new field. Now for the actual title, this is where we'll just come back up here and select the information and paste it in. And this will be the instruction field that people will see on the form, and then we can just go through and repeat it for each variable. So now on the left we have our complete prompt. We've got all our user inputs. When you click on them, that'll take you to the field over on the right. Now if there's anything you want to change, you're around the structure. And I think custom instructions is the main one we'll change, is that we'll go from short answer to long answer. We should be able to put in 1,000 characters right there. Now, this is not required, but we might make all the others required, because without them, you're losing a bit of the energy. So we'll just make them all required. Now, this is a free text box, so you can put any value in there, but it might be useful also to have a sample. Now, we could put the information directly into the field like this. I'll just paste that in and you can see that there's multiple values and they'll be overwritable. But for this example, there is very short. I might just put them in as part of the heading. Now here we have our configuration updated. The custom instruction is long. Each of the different fields that we want to fill in are also supplied with some examples in the heading. And the way this looks now is that we've got the custom instruction, hook type, you can type in shock, or for the pain target, we could put bad technique or something like that. And the good thing about this is that if you want to use a different value, you can. Now, what I would like to do is test out this pickaxe, and what we can do is click save, and it'll take us back to the main screen where we can click on the preview button. So if we come up here, you can see how you can open it up in a new window. And our configured hook-based video script is here. We can fill in all the values and press submit. So let's test it out. So let's fill in a few example fields. So we've got the hook type, humor, shock or curiosity. I'm going to go with shock. After that is, what do we think we want to get the audience member to feel? In this case, just emotional failure. They've tried to do something, but they've failed at it in the past. Maybe this is something we can tap into. Then who is the villain in the story? Could be themselves. It could be some sort of guru that they've learned from. I'm going to go with themselves. And then what do we want to show them is going to come through if they follow through on the offer. So maybe it's a mini framework, maybe it's the contrast of before and so then the call to action. Do you want to send them to an offer, maybe a community? With this, we'll go with a direct offer. Now in this case, I don't want it to randomly come up with a story. I want to have some sort of character that we're working towards. So we'll just dictate for a second and we'll go, you are a freelance video editor. You're pretty good at creating videos, but for some reason, the content never seems to engage. And you suspect that the issue is with your script writing. And you're wondering, is there a tool out there that can produce beautiful scripts for YouTube every time? Now, let's say there's something custom, maybe a custom avatar or some other sorts of style that you want to introduce. Then you can use the custom instruction. And what I've done is I've gone over to ChatGPT and I've asked questions about 18 to 30-year-old men. And it's come up with a good set of information that I can just take and paste directly into the custom instruction to frame and shape the script to meet this criteria. So with everything filled in, we can just come down and click the submit button. And what it'll do is that agent will start processing using a large language. We're using ChatGPT 4.0 Mini. So it's quickly written a script for us. It starts off with the line, ever felt like your videos are just meh? Now to test this out properly, what I'll do is I'll just add it to 11 Labs and do some basic graphics just to get a feel for what this script could look like.
Ever feel like your videos are just meh? You're editing your heart out, but it's like no one even notices. What gives? Real talk, it's not your fault. You're stuck in the loop of outdated advice. The problem? Your scripts are missing that spark. But what if I told you there's a mini framework that changes everything? Picture this, killer scripts that hook viewers in seconds. Yeah, it's totally doable. Join our community for exclusive tips and tools. Let's level up your content together.
Now the script that you just heard is pretty good. It's not excellent, and in the next video we're going to take it to the next level. But one of the things that you would have noticed in that video was that it was put together really quickly. There is actually a call to action there to the AI TLDR YouTube channel where you can actually learn how to do this yourself. There is a course that we're putting together around this particular technology. But if you're actually looking at using Pickaxe, which is what this has all been about, there's a discount going on at the moment. So the normal affiliate link in the description will actually give you 25% off the gold plan at the moment. So if that's something you're interested in, then please check it out. Well, I'm Abby Dave. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to see how we can add knowledge bases to these script generation tools, then check out the next video.